Okay, part 2. I ran out of space. Sorry about that. Um, got Kaiju Monogatari, Juve Quest, and Dream Master. These are all RPGs by a developer named Birthday. And Kaiju Monogatari, pretty basic, primitive role-playing game. It's got a unique gimmick where there's 4 protagonists and they each start in a different part of the world, and you can switch freely between them at any time. And if you meet up with the other characters, they can join together to form a party. And there's times you might need to split them back up again. Like if you want to ride a boat, I think you can only have 2 people riding the boat at once. So kind of a neat premise, but just way too basic, unfortunately. Juve Quest kind of builds on it a lot. It's a more linear game, but it kind of just builds on some things that were in Kaiju Monogatari and references it a bunch, and yeah. And then Dream Master is kind of its own thing. It's a really weird game. Basically, you have to enter the dreams of a princess to try to wake her from eternal sleep or something like that, if I remember correctly. And what's unique about this game is that as you're exploring the dungeons, they're initially all pitch black, and they only get lit up one tile at a time as you explore. So most of the time the way you tell what's around you is by listening for sound effects. So, for instance, there's no random encounters, but you can hear monsters as they get near you. You'll hear a scratching sound, or if there's like a trap door on the floor somewhere, you can hear the wind going through it when you're close to it. So, very creative ideas. It's pretty gimmicky, obviously, but it's not a very long game, so for the amount of time it lasts, it's actually pretty neat. So, Megami Tensei and Megami Tensei 2. Both excellent dungeon crawlers. I really like how the first one, or just how open it is. It's all one big interconnected dungeon, and most of the bosses you can actually skip them, although they open up shortcuts. Like if you beat Medusa, you can get a shortcut straight to the final area, and go straight to the final boss if you want. Megami Tensei 2 is a lot more linear, but soundtrack is really exceptional. Also the sprite work, some of the best sprite work on the Famicom, I would say, for all the monsters, and they're animated too. Let's get some. Okay. Arabian Dream, Sherazad. I don't like this game. I find the hitboxes are really awful. The movement was pretty slow from what I remember. I heard that the North American version, they actually changed the game significantly and improved it, but I haven't played that one. I can tell you that the Japanese version is really, really stiff and boring. Let's see. Shin Satomi Hakenden, Hikari to Yami no Tatekai. This is an RPG. I think if this is the one where there's like 8 characters and you can choose which one you want to pick, which one you want to play as, and they each start in a different part of the world. I'm not sure how much is unique, depending on which character you pick, but eventually you recruit the others and, fight some Japanese demons and such. It's really, really buggy. When I was fighting the final boss, I discovered a glitch where you could underflow your MP and have, like, basically infinite MP. Yeah, so kind of janky, but interesting that you have an 8-character party in the Famicom game. Dragon Quest III, everyone knows that. Magical Teruruto, Fantastic World, Teruruto-kun, pretty generic 2D platformer. Didn't really like it that much. Kyoto Hana Satsu... something Satsujin Chikan. An adventure game. It's by Yamamura. I can't see with the resolution. Anyway, murder mystery adventure game in a it's about an ikebana school where there's a bunch of murders. Pretty straightforward as far as Famicom adventure games go. Like, I'm not even sure you can game over in this game. It's alright. Dooku Hero is Square's real-time strategy game. It's got a lot of personality. The reason it's called Honjuku is because it's referring to a half-boiled egg, and in this game you can summon egg monsters into battle to help you fight enemy troops. But mostly it's about moving your units around the world map and trying to conquer other castles. Well, the other castles, other armies will try to invade your castles. It's pretty basic as far as real-time strategy games go, but given the hardware, it's pretty cool and a lot of personality. Sensar Naga. This is a very unique game. Not an amazing game, but the idea is that you're trying to raise a pet dragon, and it's full of Hinduism themes. You can see that the title is written in like a fake Sanskrit style. So depending on the actions that you take, they'll influence how your dragon develops. So for example, you can fight and kill any NPC in the game, well, almost any NPC. You can steal from people, and your dragon will observe that, and when you reach a later point in the game, your dragon will develop into one of several different personality types, depending on how you raise that dragon. A lot of it comes down to what you feed the dragon after you defeat monsters. You can feed the meat of the enemies to the dragon, and that will develop certain stats and lead them towards certain personality types. So very unique, but also the combat's very basic, and balancing is not the best, but definitely worth playing just to see such an unusual attempt at the genre. There's nothing else like it on the console or otherwise, I think. And Shinsenden, pretty decent RPG. The thing that I remember about this game is that you can capture monsters and then summon them into battle. which is kind of cool, but I honestly don't remember much about it, even though I beat it entirely. So it must not have been that great. Okay, SD Gundam Gaiden, Night Gundam Monogatari. Very bad RPG. Just completely unbalanced. Magic is unbelievably overpowered. Gundam himself is unbelievably overpowered compared to everybody else. It's not good. Kilchis 2. Very weird game. Basically you have to explore a town and gather clues, and then there's like a side-scrolling beat-em-up section, and it's extremely strange. That's all I have to say. It's extremely strange.